Lay out what we've learned in the last 10 minutes.
In the last 10 minutes, we learned that in principle, the group has agreed on a 600,000 barrel a day real increase to the market. On paper, this is likely going to look at a 1 million barrels a day. But as you know, the likes of Venezuela and Angola cannot actually increase production. So what will be hitting the market is that 600. That's what we need to focus on. This is production coming from Saudi, Russia, UAE, Kuwait. They're the ones that have the capacity to turn on the taps. What we also are learning is that the deal would return to 100% compliance. As you both know, all these OPEC nations, not all of them, a lot of these OPEC nations have been complying more than 100%. Venezuela, for one, over 700,000 for their compliance. We do know that the Saudis were actually cutting more. They say they wanted to lead by example. This deal would return to 100% compliance.
Annmarie, any sense of what the Saudis had to give up to get Iran on board? Less than 24 hours ago, it was Iran walking out of the room.
Yeah, exactly. We saw the Minister Zanganeh leave yesterday quite angry and a bit furious with what was going on. He's had a lot of fiery comments here to say about the United States putting pressure on the group. What we had heard earlier is that there would possibly be a quota for Iran. They cannot increase production right now, but if sanctions were to ever be lifted, they could potentially have that gap. We're still learning what is actually in the final decision, but that was something we did hear about an hour or so ago. They had a bilateral meeting this morning, Saudi Arabia and Iran, and that seemed to go really well. A key player in that was Prince Abdulaziz Al Salman. He has been around for a while, as long as Zanganeh, and it seems like those two, the prince was really able to bridge the gap there between the two countries.